Gemini, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energies, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. So I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate me, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share the video. You know, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on for you for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for messages for all of my Geminis. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I saw the 3 of Cups there. So maybe you're going to socialize a little bit this week, which would be great. You know, get yourself out there, have a good time with your friends, things like that. All right, but let's see what else is coming through. We got the Hermit reversed to the Page of Pentacles. So look, I feel like there's, you know, an opportunity that you want, that, you know, you're really sitting with. I think, you know, here with this Hermit and this Page of Pentacles, maybe this is something that you want to start focusing on, you know, but you're not really sure whether or not you should or you shouldn't, you know, because here we are with the Queen of Pentacles above you. You don't want to make any mistakes here, Gemini, moving too fast. We got the 6 of Pentacles coming in here reversed. Sometimes, you know, you want to make sure everything is on the up and up, all right? And especially if you have been given an offer that you're not really sure is an offer that you should take, all right? Because sometimes with the Page of Pentacles, you know, this could be an offer that, you know, you got to sit with it. Don't just take it just to take it, because I'm just feeling if you do, you might jump the gun and get yourself screwed, all right? Because with the 6 of Pentacles coming in reverse, this isn't an even give and take. You know, somebody may have offered you this really great opportunity, something that you could really, really love. But with that being said, you know, it's like, is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be worth your while? Is this something you could do on your own without having to get somebody else involved in, you know, and you don't have to share the money? I mean, really think about it, all right? Because the Hermit says you need to sit with this before you make any decisions, all right? And here with the Queen of Pentacles above you, you know, you're really thinking about like your future and what's ahead. You know, you don't want to spend all kinds of time doing a project for someone else, even if it seems like it's really, really great and you don't get paid for it, all right? So here, you know, before you jump the gun, I really want you to just kind of sit with it and really think about the pros and the cons, all right? Because with this card coming into your near future, you know, ooh, it may not work to your benefit. You know, it just puts a little caution in my eyes, you know, that before you actually say, yes, I'll do this, that you've really sat and thought about it all. Because here at the base of what's going on is the Sun card, and it is coming in reversed, all right? You know, you want to make sure that this situation is one that, you know, makes you happy, not just on the outside, but on the inside. Because when the Sun card comes in reverse, we're not always so quick to be able to show our emotions. And the Sun card coming in reverse says on the outside, everything seems good, but on the inside, well, maybe not so much. Now, in the recent past, we do have this 7 of Swords. Okay, now the 7 of Swords is, you know, maybe a situation. Maybe this is an offer that has come to you before. Maybe this is something that, you know, has been presented to you in the past and it never really manifested, all right? This time, I think you need to deal with the core issues. Like I said, there is this sneakiness about it that I don't like, all right? You know, and you want to make sure that we are dealing with these 2 swords that are in the ground and not all of this external stuff of you making all of these promises that this is going to be absolutely amazing and life is going to be really hunky-dory as a result of you accepting this offer. That's not what you want. You know, you need to be very clear and really, you know, use that Gemini mind and really think it through, all right? Listen, you're in the power seat, okay? You've got the Strength card here. So, you know, don't just settle for whatever somebody is telling you. Like I said, I feel like, you know, a counter offer would be, you know, probably something that you should consider, you know, and it's like, well, listen, you said that this, and this, but I'm feeling like what I would need is this. You know, do not be afraid, you know, to counter whatever somebody is throwing at you, because again, you know, I feel like somebody could be trying to pull the wool over your eyes to get you to do something that would probably benefit them more than it will you, all right? And like I said, we don't want to work for nothing. We sure don't. Now, Here you are sitting on the crossroads. We've got the Two of Wands coming in reversed. I don't know whether you're really ready to make this shift, to make this change. And, listen, Temperance here is your final outcome. Not this week. Maybe you don't need to make a decision this week. Maybe this is not the week to say yes and sign those contracts. I think you need to process everything a lot more, especially if, like I say, this is going to be something that, is going to, work out for somebody else's benefit. You're doing all the work and you're not getting paid for it. I want you to get paid, okay? Now, on another level, I'm feeling like, I have, 2 pages. We have this Sun card with this little child here. Some of you Geminis may be dealing with children this week. Maybe there is, just a disconnect between you and children. Maybe you're worried about your kids. Maybe you're worried about how to take care of your children moving forward. And if you're about to sign on to some project or some work, how is that going to affect your kids? Is this going to pull you away from home? And now, the struggle is real, trying to balancing home life and your kids' life. Again, I don't feel like this is a week, Gemini, for you to jump into absolutely anything. I think it's a week where you should really sit with everything and all the decisions that are coming towards you. And listen, the Queen of Pentacles here, she's very solid and she's very grounded and she's very logical and very practical. So I think this is where you need to come from this week, is from a very practical perspective, because you don't want to just kind of go along because that's what everybody wants of you, And, with that being said, the Strength card to me is always one of these, just because all of these sheep are going this way doesn't mean you have to go along with them, because I feel like there's more strength in you really standing on your own, really taking the reins and grabbing a hold of what it is that you really are after. All right. Because you don't want to do anything if you're not going to be happy doing it. Now, at the bottom of the deck, interestingly enough, we have the Emperor. And then below the Emperor, we have the Three of Wands. I mean, you are really thinking about, getting yourself in a solid position moving forward for your future. And there's a lot of yellow on the table. I mean, I've got this card has a lot of yellow. We've got this Page of Pentacles got yellow. We got the Queen's got yellow. We've got the Strength card has yellow. You are looking about the happiness, all right? You want to make sure that moving forward, all the decisions that are being put in front of you today are for the benefit of your kids, for the benefit of you, for stability in your future, for you to be really grounded and happy. This is about, you have vision. And, if somebody is promising you the vision that you would want, but it says there's something off about it, trust that intuition, because listen, like I said, you're in the power seat this week. You have the strength. You have what it takes. So, like this Emperor here, I feel as if, you're processing all of it, but, you got your armor on, you're a little guarded. You're not going to just jump in both feet and say, okay, fine, let's do this. Let's do this project. Let's do this. Let's move forward. Because I think with a little bit of patience, all right, your answers will be a lot clearer about how to proceed forward. Because, it's almost as if, you're heading down this course, right? And then all of a sudden you get this offer, this opportunity. And, it's just like, but that wasn't the course I was on, this is where we have a little confusion. It's just like, but it's not a bad one. It could be something that would work out, but, be patient, because I feel like, you holding steady is what's going to gain you the direction that you really want to move forward in. All right. So, let's not move fast. Patience is your friend this week. And I just feel like everything is going to work out because of the fact that you are going to think things through. So, don't be afraid to say, listen, I got to think about it before I give you an answer. And with that being said, have a really great week. Take care of yourselves. Be happy, be healthy, be kind, and I'll see you later. Hit that like button. All right. Bye now.